Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fight Money. We're going to get straight into another video. We're going to be looking at Matt the Immortal Brown taking on Carlos the Natural Born Killer Condit this Saturday on the Holloway versus Cater undercard. I do feel that Carlos Condit is going to come away with the win here. If you look at both of their resumes, you can see that Carlos Condit is more of an experienced fighter. Matt Brown has got some good fights on his record. However, the level of fights that Carlos Condit has had is just more under his belt than what Matt Brown's had. Matt Brown does have an opportunity here to win this fight. He needs to do a few things and he will come away victorious. If Matt Brown is able to stay consistent with his pressure, to close in that gap, to make him able to throw his combinations and his power punching whilst mixing in with some threats of grappling and some takedowns, I reckon he can come away victorious here. However, I do reckon the age on Matt Brown's side of things will be the factor that will make him a little bit slower for him to not close in the gap as efficiently as he needs to, and he'll end up getting picked apart by Carlos Condit. But there is a potential there for Matt Brown to come away victorious, but he just needs to stay consistent with his output. He needs to close in that gap, throw Carlos Condit off balance to some degree, and make him not comfortable to throw those range-finding shots, those leg kicks, the jabs, and that's the only way I see Matt Brown really winning this fight. But it's a hard-fought fight. Matt Brown's win over Carlos Condit will be a more harder-fought victory than if Carlos Condit comes away a victor over Matt Brown. I think Carlos Condit, if he sticks to his game plan, it's an easier win for him. But it's a good competitive fight. But I do see Carlos Condit, as I say, coming away with the victory here. Alongside being 4 years younger than Matt Brown, Carlos Condit is a technically better striker on top of that. You can see in his last fight against Court McGee. However, Court McGee is a little bit Asian himself. Whereas Matt Brown's last fight, he fought a young, hungry, strong-lining Miguel Baeza. Matt Brown lost in the second round by TKO. However, he went 2 rounds with him, I suppose. And what I feel is important here is Matt Brown going to have any damage leading on to this fight? I mean, at 40 years old, getting KO'd by a young fighter, more times you can see people on the end, they're on the way out. You may see subsequent effects from KOs at this point in fighters' careers at 40 years old, but we need to wait and see what happens. The potential is, though, on the flip side, if Matt Brown finds that Carlos Condit's firepower is a lot less than Miguel Baeza, he may feel comfortable. We don't know yet. Matt Brown has got the ability to get the fight to the ground, to engage in some grappling, and he needs to get the fight to the floor and get as much time on ground control as possible to try and nick 2 rounds. If he's able to do that, he can win the fight. However, I do think Carlos Condit is going to be much better than him on the night, and I do feel that Condit comes away with the decision victory. Matt Brown, though, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it a bit rough for Carlos Condit. And it really makes for a good fight. It's a good, close, competitive fight, but I do think Condit's got it here. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, follow us on Instagram at fight_money with 2 Ys. Thank you for joining us.